Okay. So testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, perfect. Feel free to bring me up whenever you're ready, and I'll just be on standby. Just say go once you press go. All right. All right, you all. Thank you all for joining in. Hello to all my DMV family. This is Michael Quander with WUSA 9. I am in the WUSA 9 Weather Explorer right now in Southern Maryland. We are tracking the road conditions for you all out here as well too. I want to give you all a live look at what we're seeing right now here on the road. Look, we've been out here all morning just kind of tracking what the conditions are looking like since yesterday and overnight. We know we had some freezing happen overnight that has caused maybe some treacherous conditions and potentially hazardous conditions for those of you all wanting to travel out and get on the road today. Hopefully you all did heed the warnings yesterday and did not get out. But right now we are in the Upper Marlboro area of Maryland, right off of 301 North, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm along with photojournalist Mike Trammell as well too, navigating the road for us here. So I'm blessed to have that while I'm back here showing you all what we're seeing. So we've been seeing a lot of the side streets, definitely a mixture of being treated and ready to go, but also some of those roads not being 100% up to par for those of you who are wanting to get out and leave your homes today. I want to hop on to the WUSA 9 Facebook page and so I can see your comments, see your questions. I want to know how things are looking in your area, if you've gotten out on the roads already, either yesterday or this morning, or if you plan to, and if you want to know kind of what we've been seeing. And we've come from all the way in Northwest DC and traveled our way down through St. Mary's County. We were in Charles County and parts of Calvert County, yep, as well too. So now we're in Prince George's. So we are going. Let me hop on this Facebook page so I can see you all's comments. Bear with me one second. But just take a look at the road right now. One thing I don't want you all to take for granted is the fact that these roads are wet for sure, but they are also kind of tricky because there are areas where they can be slick or icy, and potentially spots where there are black ice patches, I should say. So I want to just say hello to Kathy, Tina, I see you all here. Anthony, thank you for being here as well too. Linda saying good morning everyone, enjoy your day, stay safe, and safe and warm drive. Careful if you are out and about for sure. Sharon asking, how was Waldorf, I can't think of the name. We were actually out there earlier. It's kind of similar to what this road that you're looking at right here now. A lot of the roads look clear but wet. Again, just some icy patches, but overall pretty much in good condition. I would just say still get out there and take your time while you are out there on the road. We still see some people driving like, there aren't any icy conditions. The problem here, you all, is that while there was most of the weather event was yesterday, there was still some rain or some freezing rain that happened overnight, and parts of the area are still in a winter weather advisory or warning. So that means that there could be still some danger out there on the roads that you may not see by just your naked eyes. So you want to just make sure you're being careful in what you're doing. So yeah, Waldorf was like that. And then we also similarly what we saw in Waldorf as well. The other parts was just some of the neighborhood streets still a little icy if they hadn't been 100% cleaned by other neighbors or the city or the county as well too. Let's see who else is here. Nick saying I took a 3-day from work today, tomorrow and Sunday. Oh, nice. Not venturing out in Frederick, Maryland. Look, that's a good one. Like, if you don't have to get out here, we keep saying it, don't get out. I know I saw like a number of people out yesterday that I was just like, wow, I wish we were like, not out here and staying home for sure. I see Jessica joining in, saying good morning. Good morning to you too. And Mike asking, how is Route 50 toward Annapolis? We haven't traveled that way, honestly, but I will say that one of the areas, the most affected areas this morning are really the southern areas, so like southern Maryland, things like that. And so if things are like this here, I'm imagining things should be better up in that area. But if anybody has a report, please definitely let Mike know as well. I do want to say that, you know, if you do have to get out and drive, I know that everyone does not have the luxury to stay home. Some people are essential workers. Some people need to go get their vaccines, or whatever it may be. If you have to get out there, I do want you all to be aware of some things. First, if you are going to go and get to your car and you have not cleared off the ice or snow, make sure that you clear off all of it from your car. So that means off of the windshield, off of the roof of the car, off of the trunk of the car, correct? You want to make sure that that you're clear of all of that, because that could block your vision, or that ice or that snow can fall off the top of your roof and be hazardous for other drivers on the road. Next thing I want you all to do is to make sure that you are giving each other some space. So keep your distance between you and other vehicles. The extra space is going to give you really some time to react in case something happens with the drivers that are in front of you. And if you are, let's say you are going up an icy hill, like, you know, we have a lot of like areas in our DMA, or are in the DMV, I should say, that are hilly, and so windy and twisty roads. We've been down plenty of them between yesterday and today. So you'll make sure if you are going up an icy hill or road, you want to keep your momentum. So you don't want to go too fast, but you also don't want to continuously brake and lose that energy and possibly get stuck going up any hills. One thing that's really important today when we talk about icy conditions is that you want to make sure that if you start to skid, remember to stay calm. You want to gently turn the wheel in the direction you want your car to go. So sometimes people panic, slam on brakes, turn the wheel all fast or in the direction that the car is already skidding, but you definitely want to put it into the direction that you want the car to move to, instead of just kind of like, you know, panicking and going all over the place there too. So yeah, those are some tips for you all. If you all are planning on getting out here today, I'm going to check back in with the Facebook page here to see if there's anyone else who has any comments or questions here. A lot of you all just jumping in saying good morning. Let's see. We were just off of 301 in Prince George's County, by the way. I think someone just asked that question. Yes, that was Sandra. Derek asking, when will it warm up? You know, I'm going to direct you to the WUSA 9 website, as well as our app, our weather app and things. All that information is there. I am not a meteorologist, so I don't want to play a meteorologist for you all today. I'm just a reporter giving you all a live look at what things look like out here on the roads. But again, so far things are pretty clear. Okay, good morning to Eugene. Definitely being safe. You be safe as well. Lori saying St. Mary's County. We were actually down in Mechanicsville earlier, and again, a lot of the same things. One thing I was really surprised to see in St. Mary's County was that a lot of the side streets that we would see in maybe some other places were doing pretty good. We saw some salt trucks going up and down some of the side roads, the secondary roads, really making sure that they were clear of ice and less hazardous for drivers that need to get out today. So that was nice to see that as well. Terry saying, how is it driving through Silver Spring and into DC? Again, I don't think you're going to have much issue there. We were in Northwest, in the part of upper Northwest that our station is in, kind of like it's really close to Maryland as well too. And so yeah, we didn't really have any issues getting out. I will say though, you all, well, we did have issues early on in our drive this morning, especially obviously when it was like colder probably and darker outside, was some of those bridges, overpasses, those ramps to get on and off the highway. They were pretty slick, and again, to our eyes, it can just look like it's wet outside because it's wet. But in many cases, it is an icy situation and potentially dangerous out there for you too. Tara, good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Lygia, I think is your name, saying thank you so much. Just being conscious when you drive. Yeah, definitely, for sure. And I want to be clear to you all too. I know you all may have saw me at the beginning of this. We are in our WUSA 9 Weather Explorer. I am in the back seat, kind of helping to just give you all a look at the conditions. We have our photojournalist, Mike Trammell. He is driving and keeping his eyes on the road. And being very safe and very careful as we are doing this. Also, too, I just want to recognize to you all that we are doing all of this during the COVID-19 pandemic. So even with us being in the same car, we know we are equipped with a shield in between the front and back seats to keep both of us safe, and so that way when he goes home to his family and his grandchild, that they're safe. And same here with mine as well too. So we just try to do that. Make sure we're taking care of those precautions as well as we are out here bringing you all this information. Luke saying good morning. How are the roads on 66 near Chantilly? I have to take my brother to the DMV. We haven't necessarily been to Chantilly this morning, but we haven't really, I think, heard any major problems happening over there. I want to encourage you all to follow Marcella Robinson on Twitter. She's been tweeting out some of the accidents that we did hear about this morning. But again, overall, I would say that the conditions are the same across much of the DMV area. Whereas yesterday things were out of control. They were pretty crazy. There were hundreds of accidents across the states and DC. But what I will say is that today it seems like the biggest issue that I want you all to look out for is to not being fooled by the fact that the roads just look wet. This is a kind of condition that is a perfect storm for slippery conditions, for black ice. So definitely want to keep your guard up and not go too fast. Be on the defense. Make sure that you are paying attention to your surroundings, keeping your distance between other cars, as we're doing right now, as you can see, as we're entering onto this ramp here. Right now, we are, let's see, where are we right now?
We're getting on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Oh, okay, we're getting ready to get on Pennsylvania Avenue. North, okay. See, I'm sitting in the back of you all, so I really can't see everything that much. So I'm sitting back here monitoring the cameras here. I'll give you all a look at the back camera here for us too. But you can see that there's still obviously snow and ice on the sides of the roads. And again, we're going to keep going over some of these areas where there are bridges or overpasses that we're going to be careful going over, as well as watch out for what other drivers are doing. And the reason why those bridges and overpasses can be dangerous, and the reason why they freeze first, is because if you think about it, they don't really have much ground under them, so they can be surrounded by the cold air, right? And so they can freeze faster, freeze earlier, because they can almost be completely wrapped up in it. While as a flat road that may have a lot of ground under it can tend to be warmer underneath. It has more support under it, but those bridges and overpasses can freeze very quickly because of the fact that there's not much under them as well too. So a little science lesson there for you all too. Let's see, I'll get back to your comments here. I see Sean saying just to be careful. Marvin asking about Manassas. I got Brenda checking in from Fredericksburg. Another Gene asking about Alexandria. And again, I know you all are asking about specific areas, but what I can tell you is that many of the areas in the DMV, in DC, Maryland, and Virginia, at least the area that we cover here in the DC area, look pretty much the same. The big trouble spots that we were told today by our meteorologist was southern Maryland was the focus of our area, and maybe some parts of Virginia as well too, because there was an area that was still under a winter weather warning according to the WUSA 9 website and the National Weather Service. So those are the areas that we focused on today. And so we came down here to just kind of check on it, and we're kind of making our way back up now as we speak. Okay, I may be behind a little bit. Let's see, I want to go down and work my way back up just because I know that some people may be jumping in and out here. I want to thank you all again. I'm going to reset the space really quickly. Hey everybody, this is Michael Quander. I am in the WUSA 9 Weather Explorer right now. We are traveling through parts of the DMV. I'm showing you all what the current weather conditions are, what the road conditions look like. So that way, if you have to get out here today, let's say you have to go to work, run some errands, or take the kids, if they're still in school today, or take them, to do whatever you have to do. We're going to make sure that you know what things look like so you can plan accordingly. I will say that it is important for you all to make sure that if you do have to get out here, to take your time, to make sure that you are not rushing to get to where you need to go, and let's see, are we getting ready to get on the Suitland Parkway? So we're getting ready to get on Suitland Parkway. I know someone asked where we were exactly. So we're about to turn on Suitland Parkway now here in Prince George's County. Luke, yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening as well too. Yeah, and Frida saying that the road looks pretty clean, and that's the reality. It does look pretty good, especially if you all saw what it looked like yesterday. I mean, yesterday there were parts of the road where you could not even see the blacktop, and so I'm glad to see that things look a lot better today. Again, the caution here is that you want to make sure that you are not taking the fact that this looks wet for granted, right? You want to make sure that you understand that, look, it's temperatures were at least below freezing overnight. That meant that it could still be icy. So we experienced some slick conditions. This is also the potential for black ice to form as well too. So just make sure that if you are getting out there, that you are being safe, that you are being careful, and that you are being smart in the way that you do. Tired of ice conditions. Yeah, same here. I am ready for a little bit of sun to come out here. And so I'm gonna have to check out our WUSA website to figure out when the next time we're going to see some good sun and maybe a little bit of warmth in the area too. I'm done with the snow, y'all. I'm done with it, and I'm okay if it doesn't come back right now. Let's see. Ruby saying love this channel. Yeah, Ruby, we love you too. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining the conversation, asking questions, and sharing your experiences as well too. Cheryl says roads look good there, and thanks for the reporting. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Cheryl says you also said that you have to drive from Potomac to Germantown today. Hoping roads are decent enough. Yeah, I don't think that you'll have too much of an issue. Again, I just wanted to, run through those things that I want you all to be aware of, though, if you are getting out here, is to, first of all, please plan, and take your time. Give yourself ample time before getting out there, too. So, again, first, if you're getting out there, clear all the snow and ice off of your car. If you are driving, it can fall down onto your windshield, block your vision, or fly off your car and be hazardous to other drivers. Next, give each other some space on the road. Yes, it just looks like it's wet out here, but again, there are certain spots that have icy conditions and possible black ice on the road too. So you want to make sure that you are keeping your distance between you and other vehicles. That extra space is really going to give you time to react in case something happens with the drivers in front of you. And if you're going to be going up an icy hill, something that just may either seem wet but can potentially be icy, you want to make sure that you are keeping your momentum. You don't want to speed for sure, but you don't want to consistently brake if you don't have this kind of vehicle that can make it up that hill, so that way you don't lose energy by stopping. And next, this is really important, you all, if you start to skid, remember to keep calm and to gently turn that wheel in the direction that you want the car to go. I know I've been in a skid before myself, and I know that it's easier said than done because everything happens so quickly. A lot of times you're panicking, you don't know, and so I want to just remind you all that if you do get out here and drive and you do happen to hit an icy patch or some black ice, that you are equipped and you understand what to do. So right now you're looking at Suitland Parkway. This is what things look like. Not many drivers out here right now, thank goodness, but people are driving, and you can see we're having a pretty smooth ride this morning. You can still see some of that snow and ice on the sides of the road there. You can see it on the grassy patches, but the road is pretty clear right now. It is wet. There, again, are still going to be some slippery spots and potential for black ice in some areas. I'll give you a look at the back camera here as well too, as I hop back on to the Facebook page to look at some more of your comments and your questions or concerns. Let's see, who else is out here? All right, I see Alicia saying, any school buses out there, are students safe? That is actually a good question. We haven't come across any school buses. We do know that there are several school closures in our area, or some schools have decided to just do 100% virtual learning today. So we haven't seen many school buses out here. So that's likely a good thing, I guess. And, I guess, with us, now having the option for students to do virtual learning, I guess it makes days like this where they don't have to miss out completely on learning, really important. Although I do know that the argument is that students definitely need to be in school and learning. You will hear that from many educators, but again, that's a whole other topic that I do know that people feel strongly about on both sides. So I will avoid getting into that conversation right here and currently in this space right now too. Joel, thank you so much, saying hello. I appreciate it. Hello to you too. Frida, yeah, love you too. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking out for y'all. Y'all know I keep it real, first of all. And I'm gonna tell you, don't get out here if you don't have to, but you can make it if you are not gonna be driving crazy. Period. so yeah, you can make it out here. It's okay. Joel also said, Mike, are you using the WSA9 self-driving car today? Do we have a self-driving car? I don't think we do. No. So the answer is no. We have a talented, world-renowned photojournalist behind the wheel today. Mike Trammell is definitely keeping us afloat here. So you can see his driving, y'all. He's the one that you're seeing driving right now. You can't see him, but you can see his driving. So he's doing that. He's doing that out for us, navigating. Oh, there's his hand. Yes, there's Mike Trammell. So you need to know what his finger looks like. That's all you need. But yeah, so things are going pretty well out here, you all. No major issues to report right now. There were some accidents this morning, so I don't want to paint the picture that that everything's a-okay and that nothing can go wrong, because there certainly can. I know Marcella Robertson, our traffic anchor, currently definitely reported some of those accidents this morning. You can find those likely on her Twitter page if you want to go and check those out to kind of see where they all were. Alicia saying safely, yes, for sure. Good morning, House 66 West, from Nadia. And again, Nadia, I was kind of explaining to everyone that, a lot of the areas here in the DMV are pretty much doing around the same, unless you kind of live further out, maybe in some of the more rural areas, maybe up in the mountains and things like that. But some of the areas that we've been seeing have pretty much looked the same across the board. So personally, I have not been across 66 West today, but what I can tell you that the major issues, according to our meteorologists and the National Weather Service, we're going to really be in southern Maryland and maybe some of the adjacent areas in Virginia that may have experienced some of the worst conditions maybe this morning to be concerned about. And so we were down there all day, and kind of just noticed that a lot of the side streets, the neighborhood roads, some of those areas really needed to have some attention paid to them. And I was be a little bit concerned with people, especially elderly people, people who may have any disabilities, or young people as well too, really being able to navigate some of those like icy and slushy areas in their neighborhoods, trying to get out and out of their cars. So outside of that, many of the main roads though look pretty good. They were treated with salt, and I think that they're able. You can navigate it if you need to, but just being careful and being cautious as well too. Is it going to rain all day? Again, I'm not a meteorologist, you all, so I don't want to let you all know with the predicted weather for you all. What I will do for you while I am here and just have the capacity, I will run to our WUSA 9 website. Our meteorologists have put up a great article to kind of say what you can expect today. Yeah, I will actually just direct you all to there to read the article. But I do know that there are weather events happening for different parts of the DMV throughout the day, at least until after 3 p.m. according to the WUSA 9 website, which was put together by our meteorologists. And what time of day they may be most affected as well too. And I hope that you all can understand why I don't want to. I don't want to give you all wrong information. I'm a reporter. I can report on the conditions, but I don't want to report on what the forecast is necessarily. All right. Let's see who else is out here. Yep, Alicia, we're on Suitland Parkway, headed to the DC area. We're going back to Northwest, back to our home base here. So we're definitely just making our way back up. We were in Southern Maryland, making our way up again back to DC. So we're in Prince George's County now. Let's see. Barry's saying, hey, you're in Westernport, Maryland, right on the Allegheny County, Garrett County line. Main roads are clear. Secondary in good shape. Still should use caution on secondary for black guys. I appreciate that report. Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of what I've been seeing in the parts of the DMV where we've been too, mainly in Southern Maryland. Was that the main roads do look pretty clear, and those secondary roads, many of them were in good shape, but there were still some that I was like, look, like I'm a little nervous for some of my people to get out here. I need my family to be safe. And so, so there's some concern for black ice and just icy and slippery conditions. And I don't know about any of you, but I have fallen on black ice before, or fallen on ice period, and it is no fun. Thankfully, I haven't been in a skid in black ice. So I don't know what that feels like. I'm thankful for that, but definitely something to look out for as well too. I definitely see. Okay, Alicia saying white SUV overdrive the conditions. Not sure what you mean by that. And then I see Mary jumping in saying in Calvert County, the developments are still not completely plowed. There's about 2 inches of snow and ice on the road. Wow. We were in parts of Calvert County at one point? Okay. You know what? I would say on the secondary streets, I definitely will agree with you on that, that Calvert County is like, there were some secondary roads and some neighborhood roads, I guess, that were not completely plowed. Are you talking about that, or are you talking mostly about the main roads? Because the main roads look like they're in pretty good shape for me. And I don't know if you all can see this now, but it seems like we're having a little bit of snow actually coming down in that front window. maybe a little bit of snow mixed in with some sleet. Let me see if the back window can show that at all there. Yeah, you can kind of see some of those flakes coming down as this weather system is still pushing through, y'all. Joel says, "Hey Mike, come pick me up and let's go to MGM and hit the blackjack table." Y'all are funny. I do love that. I don't know how to play blackjack, unfortunately. But, you know, I guess we're not here to talk about that. But no, definitely if you get out there, be safe. Be safe no matter what. Wear a mask, you know, and be safe in these conditions. Now, if you win a little bit of money, I won't be mad. If you want to, you know, share the wealth amongst all of us, all of the family here on this live. Yeah, Mary, exactly. Yeah, the neighborhood roads for sure as well too. Just to reset the space, this is Michael Quander along with photojournalist Mike Trammell. We are in the WUSA 9 Weather Explorer. We are just now getting off of the Suitland Parkway, and we are making our way into DC. Well, we're in DC now, I guess, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we're about to hop onto the Beltway. No, the freeway. We're gonna hop on the free. You know what? All these names, I know. Right, we're gonna hop on 295. We're making our way back up to Northwest DC. But again, you can kind of see the conditions even here as compared to what they were on the Parkway. Pretty much the same. Now we're having some snow actually coming down, maybe because some sleet there, and you can see that it is wet. The temperatures right now are still technically below freezing. Yeah, so it's technically below freezing right now still. So, and that's why, you know, we want to caution you all to be careful, because with the ground being so cold, with us having the weather that we had yesterday, the freezing that could have happened overnight, that means that while, yes, the roads look wet, they can still be icy, potentially treacherous and hazardous and dangerous. All those words. And we want to make sure that you all are being safe and being okay, and that your loved ones are cared for, and aware of what is going down out here on these streets. Nick, just getting on saying, is it raining or snowing right now? So yeah, I'm definitely seeing a mix of snow and rain, so maybe some sleet mixed in with some snow as well. I can definitely see the flakes coming down. I'll try to go back to our front camera and see if that shows a better picture. It's hard to see, honestly, on the camera, because it looks like rain just coming through, but there are definitely some snow, what appear to be snowflakes at least, coming down as well too. Yeah, so, you know, you all, I mean, every single day, I'm not always live on the WUSA 9 Facebook page, but feel free to follow me at Michael Quander Reports here on Facebook. I am Mike Q Reports on Instagram and Twitter. And then we are live every morning reporting on the news and weather of the day on Get Up DC, starting at 4:25, I believe we started, 4:25, all the way up through 7 a.m. weekdays on WUSA 9. And so I will hope that you all can continue to join us. Please send us your story ideas, your weather pictures. We love to hear from you all. This has been such a joy to sit on this live and talk to you all as I'm showing you all the weather conditions as well too, because my biggest thing is that I want you all to be safe. I want you all to be informed, and I want you all to be able to act with knowledge and with intention. And so this is really important that you all have been able to be a part of this. Shannon says, be careful, you are rolling. Yeah, I mean, we're making it, you know, we're definitely, you know, going the speed limit and things like that, but yeah, this is a look at the roads. Yeah, the roads look good. I'm not really, you know, no major complaints. I do want to recognize, though, still, as I remind you all, that there was a few accidents this morning. Maybe people who got it mistaken that the wet roads were clear to just go down. So definitely want to just be aware that, you know, while it's wet, that the freezing temperatures could have still caused for some icy conditions. Again, I just want to go through some tips for you all. I know that people are jumping in and out of the live. If you all are going to get out, first I want you all to clear all the snow and ice off of your car. It can come down onto your windshield, block your vision, or fly off and hit another car and be hazardous to other drivers. You want to give yourself space between other cars and drivers. Keep your distance between those vehicles. That extra space is really going to give you time to react in case something happens in front of you, maybe with other drivers, or if there's some debris that flies into the road. Another thing too is that if you are going up an icy hill and you don't have one of those vehicles that can typically make it up an icy hill, you want to make sure that you are keeping your momentum. Don't go too fast, but also don't continuously brake and lose that energy by stopping. Or find another way to get around if you can. Next, if you do start to skid and you are driving out here on the road, remember to keep calm and gently turn that wheel in the direction that you want the car to go. And so, yeah, those are just some tips again I wanted to just share with you all. I know I've said it a couple of times for those of you all who have been here from the very beginning. And I don't know if someone from our digital team is watching this live right now, but you all let me know when you all are ready for me to wrap this up. As of right now, I will keep talking because I like to talk and I like to be here with my people. So if y'all have any weather reports, how things have been in your area, let me know. If you all have any questions for me that I may be able to help answer, please let me know as well. Ms. Carter, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Said driving is bad in some streets with ice. And Maria, you talking about a whole nother news story with Ted Cruz, you know, so I'll let y'all do your research on that one. And if y'all want to comment with Maria on that, that's a whole nother group, a whole nother room, a whole nother topic. But yeah, so definitely some interesting stuff in the news happening. So outside of the weather hitting us here in the DMV, we definitely have a lot of stories for you all to catch up on WUSA9.com. As well as that. All right, so y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I got the okay from our talented digital editor, digital producer, Khalida. So those of you all that are just joining us or that who have been here with us, thank you all again for being a part of this live and for really weighing in on how things are looking in your area, asking questions or giving some context to some of the comments or concerns as well too. Again, my name is Michael Quander with WUSA 9, along with photojournalist Mike Trammell in the front driving this car, you all. But yeah, if anything, I want you all to take away from this live and from this information is to be safe. The roads are not too bad, but there are still potential areas where that can be icy and potentially dangerous for you to get out there on. So if you get out there, just promise you'll be safe and make sure that you are looking out for each other, for yourself and for other drivers. All right, you all have a good one.
Way to go, Mike.